Are the Smith family the Antichrist? Was Jada under the influence while writing her book? Isn't she transferring demonic spirits through this book? Are the roles reversed at the Smith household? Who runs their world? Let us be mindful that whoever or whatever runs their world doesn't run ours as well. Lewis Howes, on his interview with Jada, discovers that Jada read the Bible 3 times trying to find God. She did not find God in the Bible. However, she ventured into a twisted and demonic path where she claims she found something. Just listen to her Antichrist ways of finding a higher power.
In your book, again, it's amazing how much you open up. The whole thesis is about worthiness, becoming worthy, owning your worthiness. You talked about, I think it was like you met with all the shamans, all the nuns, all the priests. Like you went through any spiritual leader you could find, any practice, any philosophy, you tried it. Yeah.
Anything.
From all those, workshops and exercises and one-on-one conversations.
And moon ceremonies.
Yes, and howling at the moon, whatever it is you're doing, What was the biggest awakening for you with all those experiences? What was the reoccurring theme that kept kind of whispering or speaking to you as a reminder of what you needed to know or hear?
So I knew that there was a higher power. I knew that. I didn't have I was like, I just needed to figure out how to get access to it. I know it's there. Studied the Bible for 3. I'm talking about backwards and forwards.
Really?
I studied it from a historical point of view. I studied as a theologian. I tried defining those, like the mysticism of Christianity, which I'm still into.
Sure.
And I was like, but I don't know God.
Wow.
Like, I don't have a personal relationship with God. Like, I'm not God. I'm not feeling you.
You didn't feel a connection.
I didn't feel the connection. I understood where Islam was created, Judaism, Christianity, Sufism, Sikhism, you name it. All because I love religion anyway. But I was like, that knowledge wasn't giving me the connection. There's a difference in the intellect, understanding the theories, understanding how things are developed versus being immersed and absorbed in that spiritual energy that you feel held and you feel that God is with you.
Wow.
Right?
You feel a sense of peace.
You feel peace and you feel like, I don't have to do this alone. I don't have to do this alone. And on top of that, there's so much more going on here than I could even imagine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And okay, God, I'm going to put my trust and my faith in you, right? It took me till I was 40.
Wow. To start that process. Right?
No, I'd been going through that whole process before 40.
Oh, wow.
And it's when I hit 40 that my son Jaden came into the kitchen and he said, Mom, you got to come in the living room. Moises and Mateo are talking about an experience their dad had in Peru. And I said, okay, because my kids know I'm a seeker. I'm all trying all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? And so they tell me about this experience that their dad had with a medicinal plant called Ayahousca, right? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, is your dad in town? They're like, yeah. I was like, call your dad, see when he can come over here and talk to me. Now, I'd known their father for a while. And when I saw Caesar.
Oh, Caesar Milan.
No.
That's
not Caesar Milan.
Okay.
I know 2 Caesars.
Got you.
Their dad, his name is Caesar as well.
Got it.
And he came and he spoke to me and he said, and I saw, like, people, when they have, it's like when people are immersed, they don't have to talk about it. You feel it. You see it. It's all over him. And I was like, I'm looking in his eyes. I'm looking at him. I'm like, he's different.
His energy.
His energy.
His way of being, his presence.
Way of being, his presence. I need that.
I want that.
I want that. Right? I need that light.
It was like
yeah,
a clarity.
It was clarity and it was light.
Interesting.
Right? And I was like, I want that. And I asked for the universe to give me that. And within a month, the universe opened a door for me to have my own ceremony. And that's where the book, at the beginning, when I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and do the ceremony. You know what I mean?
What was your experience? What opened up for you during that ceremony?
I got to see, first of all, and I'm not saying that this is a cure for anyone who's suffering what I was suffering, because I will say this. I don't believe that the plant ayahuasca is for everyone, right? That I just don't believe that, right? It has to be a real calling. And I went through a night of hell where I was confronted with the shadow of my own mind. I was confronted with those thoughts to the point that I thought I was possessed.
Holy cow.
Right? So the thoughts are like, kill yourself. Do it.
Right now.
Nobody needs you. You're not needed. You're not wanted. Kill yourself. Right? And I mean, this is like bombarding me. And I can't escape these dark voices. Right? I will come to find out that I was confronting my internal voice of my lack of self-worth.
Wow.
Right? Deep, right? And yes, those voices can have energetic fields, right? But that it was me. And I had to surrender the next night, because that was supposed to be my last night.
Right.
I was supposed to do 3 nights. And that was my last night. And I remember looking at the medicine woman that I was working with. And I said, I can't go home like this to my children. Whatever's on me, whatever this, energy, this demon, right?
You got to get off.
It's got to get off.
Yeah.
Right? And not realizing, no, that's you, boo, right?
Wow.
But that next night, when I went back in, I got to see that. That's when the light came in. I had to just sit in that stillness. I had to sit in that trust. And it was the first time that I got to feel God.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Only God is the light, God of Abraham, God of the Bible is the only God. Jada brought the devil into their household and not only exposed her family, but everyone who's buying her book and listening to her interviews. She is spreading these demonic spirits. As for Will, he supports his wife fully, and that can only mean he is in on it. This proves that he is not the head of his household. Jada is. Otherwise, she would not be seeking fulfillment in the kingdom of darkness. They are in agreement. So who runs their world? Are they the Antichrist? She flew all the way to Peru to get high and did rituals to fill herself with demons in search of a higher power and called it God. All celebrities love God, but who or what is their God? This brings me to the conclusion that be careful who or what you support or follow. Do not be deceived. There is only one God and one mediator between God and man. His name is Jesus Christ.